Welcome to another exciting episode of Musa and Show. Here is what we have today.
Gauteng, Joburg has been messed up by the Democratic Alliance. Tshwane has been messed up by the Democratic Alliance. We are fixing stuff now. Be patient. We've given you 6 years to mess it up. Give us 3 years to fix it for you. We are getting there.
Thank you, Minister.
No, but you have no evidence that the EFF has demolished a building. Can you mention one that was done by the EFF?
Thank you very much.
I'm not defensive. I don't like a person to tell lies about people. If you say the EFF has demolished a building, tell me which building and which members of the EFF. Wearing red doesn't mean you are EFF member. Maybe you saw people with red.
I can sign you up, Minister.
What undertaking? No, I didn't make the question. You made an allegation. You didn't ask a question. Yours was an allegation. So I was dealing with your allegation. You said that we have messed up Joburg. So I'm telling you, you are the one that messed up Joburg.
Sanibona kule video yamanje sizoletha ke impendulo ekhosathu enve ngoba simzwile Treasurer General we-EFF Omphile Matu nalomunye usisifuthi we-EFF babuza imibuzo ebaluleke kakhulu okwenza ukuthi abantu ke bathi bacela ukuthi ngiyifake impendulo yekhosathu la kule mibuzo ebibuziwe kodwa ke senzele nomuntu ongazi ukuthi kuthiweni sizofaka imibuzo bese sifaka impendulo yekhosathu kodwa singakangeni nje lapho ngiyacela subscribe ku channel like ivideo comment ushare nabanye ungasupporta futhi le channel ngokujoin membership iqala nje ku R20 ngenyanga uklikka nje ujoin la I think on your right uklikka nje ujoin lapho bese ke uya contribute njalo ngenyanga ivideo lengiqale ngayo ngifisa ukuphawula lutho ngayo kukuwe nje ukuthi uze ukuthi uMinister weSports Arts and Culture uphendule wathini uma beDA beaccuse iPA kanye neEFF siyazi ukuthi uMMC wePA uKenny Kunene so kanje neEFF angizokuphawula lutho ke ngayo ngicela ke kodwa ukuthi singakangeni nje endabeni yembuzo ebuzwa beEFF siqale la.
They are daffy minds. They would have known right at the beginning that that thing is not going to move the needle.
And then it would have been obvious to people like yourselves who are looking at the numbers that it was certainly not going to be able to yield what the number that we're chasing. So why do you think, do you think that they're just assuming that South Africans will just, take what they say and will not look at the content behind it, the backbone behind it?
We deserve the leaders, we deserve the so-called leaders we have, if at all they are leaders at all. Because with this kind of responsibility, it requires responsible minds.
Ngicela nje samsane ngifaka le video ka Dr. Lehutla ngoba kunento engifuna ukuthi ayichaze uzothi seyichazile ebese ke singena ke kule video ka Omphile ngoba ngifisa ukuthi lezi zinto lezi zichazwe kahle uthi ufika kwimpendulo yekhosathu ubusuqonda okunye kwakho okukhulunywayo kodwa amagama akawashoyo la uthi siya deserve ukuba nalama leader la ngoba avotelwe yithi esivotele labantu namhlanje abafuna ukusikhuphula iVAT yithi akekho omunye umuntu efuneka simsole bavotelwe yithi ngoba asivoti responsible sivota ngothando asivoti asirizini masivota asiphinde siqhubeke.
But I am positive that well-thinking processes are now in place to object to this non-budget. It's no different from the budget that never was.
So
that never was and that was read, which is exactly the budget that never was, because it's not a growth budget. It's based on hopeless hope that is not anchored in the evidence. It is not based in economics. It is not based on anything. I think if we want to think about budgeting, we need to go and look at the Treasury of the UK, which has dumped the Margaret Thatcher and Reagan book. And they are thinking about what real growth will be.
Right. And what will we take from that? Because the one thing we're not expecting is a radical change in this budget, given the journey to budget 2.0. given the fact that we have to arrive at a budget that we can actually work with and then begin to implement. So what can we see? I mean, there were concessions on the number of the VAT increase. There were concessions to SARS, and I spoke to Edward Kiswetsa, the SARS commissioner, on what this can yield. I think he projected around 100 billion can be retrieved through ring fencing the allocation that was made to SARS in this particular budget. Where will they move?
Well, you know, when you don't have impact indicators, which is by how much we'll reduce poverty, by how much we'll reduce unemployment, and by how much we'll grow the economy, and by how much we'll reduce inequality, for as long as those metrics are not there in the document as we proceed as a country, forget about this is just gimmicks, and it's just crunching numbers and nothing else.
So what do you think comes next then?
What comes next is a budget that never was, because it will not deliver on positive employment, it will not deliver on reducing inequality, it will not deliver on reducing unemployment, poverty. That's the reality. This is where you have to put the treasury and all these guys on the red carpet and say, by how much will this yield different results?
Uma ulalela abantu abanjengo Dr. Lehutla uzo-understand ukuthi kungani ama-opposition ikakhulukazi ngesikhathi se-SONA debate babelokhu bethi ku-President Cyril Ramaphosa isona yakho iyafana neyeminyaka yonke obulokhu usitshelana from 2018 kodwa ayinama-solutions. Yabona nje mawuzumlalela kahle Dr. Lehutla ayina-direction, abana-plan ukuthi ngalo nyaka sifuna ukureduce unemployment ngerate engaka, ngamaphesenti angaka, kuzokwenziwa ini, kanjani, zonke lezo zinto lezo. Uma-ke bengenawo amaplan anjalo, noma bangayikhuphula i-VAT noma bangangayikhuphula, kodwa i-unemployment rate izolokhu ila ikhona. Ngoba uma ungena-proper planning, awuzazi ukuthi uyaphi. Yazi ukuba ne-proper planning kusiza esigabeni esisodwa sokuthi uma ufeyilile uyakwazi ukubona ukuthi okay, bengi-aim ukufika ku-100 kodwa ngiphelele ku-40, yini engingayenzanga kahle. But uma ungabe ungena-plan noma yini, noma ungaphelela ku-20 vele uzobe u-achievile ngokwakho ngoba vele bowungena-plan. Yazi uma ungalalela, uma ungabuyela emuva nje ulalela uSihle Lonzi ekhuluma, ulalele usisi Omphile Mawute ekhuluma kwi-SONA debate, baningi engingababala, ubalalele usuyaqala uya-understanda manje ukuthi no labantu bebengakhulumi ngoba beyi-opposition, bebekhuluma ngoba i-SONA, i-State of the Nation Address, besingena direction. Yebo sizwile ama-numbers amaningi abizwa president, ama-investment, kodwa ukuthi uzowenza kanjani, uzoqalaphi, kanjani naye-ke, kanjani phambili, azange akubalule lokho. Angifisi le video ibe yinto ukube benginesikhathi ngizokwenza manje-ke angifisi kodwa ibe yinto bengizocaphuna into esho uSihle Lonzi ngesikhathi se-SONA debate, kodwa-ke mhlambe lesobuye sikwenze ngelinye ilanga. Ngicela uzwe la.
Thanks, Honorable Ndlovu. Honorable Siwisa.
Thank you, Chair. Greetings to everyone. Chair, I hope my network is not going to kick me out because it's been a problem. Chair, I've got two questions. One is for Dr. Miller, the other one is for COSATU. Taking into consideration that we are continuously experiencing unemployment and increases, and there is no plan, even though the minister said that job creation, but not being specific. I would like to ask, if you were to advise the minister which industry to revive to ensure that there is job creations, and we are not just speaking about jobs, but we are speaking about jobs that they've got benefits, sustainable jobs, jobs that are going to address the needs within South Africa, the jobs that are going to actually address the scarce skills within South Africa. Because we know that most of our graduates, they've studied for certain things and yet they can't find jobs within South Africa itself. And there's a possibility they can't even find jobs outside of South Africa because of the standard of education that is in South Africa. That's for COSATU.
Lona bekuwona mbuzo oqala obuzo Honorable Siwisa ebuza kwi-COSATU. Kodwa ke naye futhi uyagcizelela uhambe emagameni ka Dr. Lehutla ethi akuna plan. Kuyakhulunywa nje nga-unemployment but there is no plan ekhuluma ngalokho. Angifisi ukubambelela, siza umbuzo wesibili bese siye empendulweni.
Okay. Thank you, Chair. Greetings to yourself, colleagues, and then all the stakeholders that have logged on and those who are watching at home. Chair, I've got just a few questions. I won't take much of the time. The first one is to COSATU. We want you to be clear, COSATU, so that you are not confused of where you stand. Do you support the VAT increase? That's one. Do you support the increase on corporate tax? Or rather, would you support the increase on corporate tax, considering the fact that it was 29 and then reduced to 27? So there's been calls that it need to be increased to 29. Would you support such a proposal? And the last one is, would you support the introduction of wealth tax and to assist to in the revenue generation of this country? And those are the three questions. To Brightline Africa, we've heard you. I don't have any much questions. To Public Economy Project, you are saying the tax system in South Africa is progressive, and that the proposal to increase the VAT is regressive, which I agree is regressive. But how is this tax system progressive when it taxes the poor far much more than it does to the rich? Literally making the poor even poorer and the rich even richer. So how would you say it's still progressive? And then the second question to you is, you say a legitimate coalition must pass a budget. What do you mean by that? Chair, to the Budget Justice Coalition, you say you believe that there are better alternatives to the VAT increase, which we agree in principle, but you're only citing one or two things. You're saying we need to uphold the increase in spending, and then you spoke about the criminal assets recovery and a figure of about 3.5 billion that can be tapped into. But what other initiatives or alternatives are out there to try to address the shortfall the Minister of Finance is faced with? I don't even want to talk about the DA. I think they're just wasting our time. Your GNU partners go and speak there to you, because the things you are talking about here are not pro-poor. You know, you of course your messaging is around the VAT, but when you look deep into what you are talking about, it's not about VAT. It's about privatization of the SOEs, because you are saying that government needs to stop the bailouts to SOEs. Why do you call it the bailout? When government gives money to Department of Health, to Department of Education, it's not a bailout. But as soon as it gets to SOEs, you call it the bailout. You are saying that because in your next line, then you say the government must privatize SOEs, and you make an example of PRASA, of Dinelo, of Transnet. So basically you are saying the government must do away with creating its own capacity as the state and privatize everything. But this is the private sector where a lot of illicit financial flows are happening, where a lot of tax avoidance are happening. And that's why the SARS Commissioner is unable to collect revenues. So you want to turn South Africa into a liberal country, which we are not, and we cannot be, because we've seen over the past years that with this budget, the liberal budget that has been passed throughout, it does not address the issues of inequality, of unemployment, of poverty. So how do you still perpetuate that the Minister of Finance needs to do? You need to wake up, you need to catch a wake-up call yourselves, and don't come here and think that you are the bigger brother in the GNU. So GNU arrangement, go and address those issues in there. And then you say the state must provide property rights. The state must expropriate land without compensation. That's where we stand. And that bill, that act, Honorable Chairperson, which of course in its current form we don't agree with, we want it to be modified to remove this compensation thing so that the land can go back to its rightful owners. Chair, with regards to Dr. Muller, he was criticizing the PBO, he was criticizing the progressive proposals that have been made by, but he doesn't bring any concrete proposal himself. It doesn't really help to come and criticize a PBO and not provide an alternative of what needs to happen. Chair, I will leave it there for now. Thank you very much.
Sesizongena-ke manje kwimpendulo-ke eCOSATU okuyiyona efuneka iphendule ukuthi ithini yona ngendaba ye-VAT iyayisapota or not ukuthi increase. Okwesibili, odabeni lela alishoyo njengoba ekhuluma ne-DA ukuthi le budget ayikhulumi nenkinga ekhona esinayo ye-poverty, unemployment ne-inequality. Le nto ibuyela back to into eshiwo uDr Lihootla. If i-budget is not based on statistics, not based on economics, not based on data, ayisizi ngalutho. Ngicela ukungandla isikhathi, ngicela uzwe la.
And then, Chair, on the issue of jobs, look, I think for us it's about stimulus, it's about infrastructure, about public employment programs to help people find a path to the labor market, about addressing the network obstacles like electricity, rail, and ports, etc. If there's one industry we must prioritize, Chair, I think is mining. We must sort out the cadastral issue so we can unlock mining investments. Mining investments have declined at an extremely disconcerting rate in South Africa. We must also address the ESCOM issue because you find many industries, including the mining sector, the foundries, etc., they can no longer afford the tariffs that ESCOM charges. So we need a solution which says we can make sure ESCOM is not only efficient, but its electricity is affordable for industry. And of course, making sure Transnet works. If Transnet can work, Chair, we'll see company taxes coming to the state, VAT, income taxes, because it's going to unlock manufacturing, mining, agriculture, etc. And of course, to remove some of the, or reduce some of the red tape, etc. Chair, I think for us, while we've been very keen about SARS as a vehicle, SARS under the late Pravin Gordhan was the engine of the success of the Mandela and the Mbeki administrations. We think it can be the success of our turnaround as a country. They have shown the capacity. They've gone from a 61 to a 64% tax compliance rate. We think now we need to have a discussion to say, how do we get to a 70% tax compliance rate? Especially on the illicit flow, on customs enforcement, etc. To Honorable Matwe, Chair, on VAT, no, we oppose a VAT hike. It hurts the poor who are already drowning in debt and can't afford. It treats the poor the same as the rich. We think there's more space, Chair, to look at wealthy individuals, wealthy companies. So company taxes, yes. Wealth taxes, yes. Increasing PIT for the wealthy, reducing tax breaks, increasing inheritance, estate duty, luxury good taxes. Yes, we'll support that.
Ngiyacabanga ukuthi uyizwile-ke impendulo yeCOSATU ukuthi bona njengeCOSATU bathi angeke abayisupport indaba yokuthi akukhuphuke i-value added tax, kodwa kunalokho akukhuphuke i-wealth tax ne-corporate tax. Ibona abantu afuneka abathexwe lokho ngoba i-wealth tax izolimaza kakhulu labantu abahluphekile kanti kusenale crisis ekhona unemployment ne-poverty ephezulu. Ngicabanga ukuthi iyona mpendulo le elethwe yiCOSATU kule mibuzo le ebibuzwe yona. Kulo mbuzo obuzwe usisi lawyer EFF Siwisa uthi-ke i-industry yena angaluleka uminister kuyo ukuthi akayibheke kakhulu i-industry le ye-mining ngoba i-mining yehle kakhulu kanti yona iyothi iyakwazi ukuqasha abantu abaningi, so angafocusa kakhulu kwi-mining. Ngifisa ukukucaphunela enye video la ezokuvezela ukuthi obani aba-responsible for i-economy ukuze ikhuphuke.
You know, the first thing, Ndumisa Nkhomotso, we are growing at 1.1% a year.
Yeah.
Who is responsible? It's National Treasury and the Reserve Bank. Those are the two most important institutions in our country in terms of the economy. So if we're not growing, and over the same 16-year period, we must put the blame where it belongs. National Treasury and the Reserve Bank. Yeah.
Suzwileke ukuthi ama-entities okuyiwona are responsible for i-growth kwi-GDP, i-Reserve Bank kanye ne-National Treasury. Okubuhlungu ukuthi i-Reserve Bank yethu i-privatized. So angisho kanje, ama-company a-privatized are-profit based, awafani nama-state owned. Ama-state owned, no one othola i-profit. Uma ngisho kanje angisho ukuthi awayenzi profit, kodwa imali ayithola khona iyakwazi ukusirculate ibuye back to i-economy. Kodwa privatized funeke iye kumnikazi waleyo company leyo noma. So i-Reserve Bank yethu privatized. That's why political parties njengo-EFF balo bethi akunationalizwe ama-mine, akunationalizwe i-Reserve Bank. Siyazi ukuthi ama-parties anjengo-Democratic Alliance ayayi-opposa lento yokuprivatizwa yoku-nationalizwa kwe-Reserve Bank. Isona sizathu esenza ukuthi amabhenki anjengo-Ithala no-VPS babe ney'nkinga lezi abanazo ngoba njengoba i-privatized ine-agenda ehamba ngayo, so futhi ayivuleli competition ngoba singama-customer wabo. So uma kungase kuthiwa kuvuleka i-competition, Ithala iyi-fully functional bank, i-VPS iyi-fully functional bank, kuzobe sekune-competition and i-competition izothatha bona labantu abayithi. Angifuni ukuchaza into eningi, bengithi nje angicaphune le ndawo. Ngiyabonga kakhulu ukuthi uyibukile le video, yazi yafika la. Ngiyacela ukuze ukuphawula kwakho comment section. Ngiyabonga nakulabo abacelela ukuthi ngiyenze ivideo, nginihloniphile.